AITAH for refusing to attend my sister's wedding after she trash-talked my disabled son and spread lies about us. Story 1. Advice needed. I'm feeling really lost right now and I need some outside perspective. I'm 32F, married to my husband Mike, 34M, and we have a beautiful 4-year-old son, Ethan. Ethan was born with cerebral palsy, and while it's been challenging, he's the love of our lives. We do everything we can to give him the best life possible, and we couldn't imagine life without him. So here's the situation. My sister Anna, 29F, is getting married soon, and I was really looking forward to it. We've always been close, or at least I thought we were. But recently I heard from a few family members that Anna has been saying some really horrible things about Ethan and about Mike and me. At first I thought there must be some mistake. I mean, how could my own sister say such awful things? But when I asked around, it turned out to be true. Anna was telling people that Ethan is a burden on us and that Mike and I were thinking about putting him up for adoption because we can't handle him. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This is my son we're talking about, and not only is that a complete lie, but it's also just cruel. I confronted Anna, hoping she'd deny it or say it was a joke that got out of hand. But instead, she got defensive and said I was overreacting. She told me she was just venting because she was worried about me and that I should lighten up. She even had the nerve to say that having a disabled child is too much for anyone and that I needed to be realistic about what's best for my family. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. After that conversation, I told Anna I wouldn't be coming to her wedding. I couldn't stand the thought of pretending everything was okay when she'd said such hurtful things about my son. But now the rest of my family is piling on, telling me I'm being dramatic and that I should go to the wedding for the sake of family unity. My parents even said that Anna was just stressed and that I should let it go because it's her big day. Mike is totally on my side and says we shouldn't go, but I'm starting to doubt myself. Am I really going to tear my family apart over this? But then I think about Ethan and how much we love him, and I feel like going to the wedding would be like saying what Anna did was okay. And it's not. So, AITAH for refusing to go to my sister's wedding after she trash-talked my disabled son and spread lies about us. I just don't know what to do anymore. First comment. Currently you're NTA. But if you attend that wedding you would be a major What she said was disgusting and deplorable. About your child, a child with such a significant medical affliction. She's a horrible person. Your family are also horrible not only for saying you should let go of what your sister said, but because it sounds like no one shut her down as soon as she uttered those horrible things about your child. Family unity? Give me a break. They seem like horrible people, so let them be united and be horrible together without you, your husband, and your child. Do not attend that wedding, and give your child a big hug. He deserves better extended family. Second comment. NTA. If your parents actually believed in family unity, they would have stood up for your son. All your parents really care about is your sister and public appearances. You should not only not attend the wedding, you should tell your entire family that you will be going no contact with all of them until they publicly call out your sister for her ableism and shame her for it, loudly and publicly. Third comment. NTA. I wouldn't go either. What she said was disgusting. It's not you tearing your family apart, it's your sister who has spoken about your child in a way that makes it impossible to be around her. Your family attempting to paper over the cracks is unacceptable, and regardless of what you do, their behavior will tend, in her mind, to validate her behavior and embolden her to double down. Ask your family why your toxic sister is entitled to more love and support than your disabled son. Story 2. AITAH for telling my brother to stop using me as an example for his red pill traditional values BS. Advice needed. I, 28F, have been married to my husband 32M for 2 years, and we've decided not to have any kids. Before we got married, we had a long discussion about what we both wanted from our relationship. He really wanted to not have to worry about the house due to his long hours, and he loves spoiling his partner. I wanted to finish my degree and have the ability to apply for a job if the arrangement didn't work out. He agreed enthusiastically as long as if I paid for the housekeeper out of my salary. I chose to be a housewife because I love managing our home, and in return, my husband agreed to ensure I have the freedom and resources to pursue the experiences, material things, and college classes that interest me. He works on an oil field and makes a good living, so this arrangement works perfectly for us. We're both really into the 1950s aesthetic, the fashion, the decor, the homemaking vibe, but we don't subscribe to the outdated values of that era. Vibes over values is the foundation we stand on. Our relationship is an equal partnership where both of our needs and desires are respected. I have a master's degree in nursing, though I minored in history during my bachelor's, which sparked my love for the 1950s style. I love incorporating that vintage flair into our home, makeup, hairstyling, that perfect housewife feel, and my husband enjoys it too, but it's something we mutually agreed on, not something he expects or demands. The issue is my brother 35M. He believes all of the red pill and manosphere bullshit. He's been dating a girl who doesn't want to be a stay-at-home partner, and he's been using me as an example to try to convince her otherwise. He keeps saying things like, "Look at my sister. She's a housewife, and her life is perfect, but a traditional lifestyle works for my sister. My sister stays at home while her husband works," but he's ignoring the fact that our setup is the result of careful negotiation and mutual agreement. He also ignores that I have my advanced degree, and my husband is supportive of my desires. Lastly, he doesn't have stay-at-home wifey money. After hearing him spout this nonsense repeatedly, my husband and I finally had enough. We sat him down and explained that our situation works because it's what we both wanted, and that it's not a model for everyone. I also pointed out that I have a master's degree in nursing and could probably get a job in a heartbeat if I applied for one due to the nursing staff shortage, as I keep my qualifications up to date. My choice to be a housewife isn't because I lack options, it's because this is what I want right now. Now, my brother is upset and claims we've made him look bad in front of his girlfriend, who's now even more resistant to his ideas and desires in the relationship. My husband fully supports the way we handled it, but my mom thinks we should have just let it go to avoid family drama. AITAH, first comment. NTA, he is you dismantled his incel speech about the trad wife trend, which is purely a return to the most misogynistic Western societal forms ever. There's a reason why it is hard for him to convince his reluctant GF. You explained it plainly. There's a difference about your arrangement and most common modern stay-at-home spouses and the ideal this trad wife trend is portraying. That last one is the same as those who use the same arrangement to financially and emotionally abuse women. Second comment. I mean NTA, but I am confused as to why you would have to pay for a housekeeper if you wanted to work. Why would that not be shared equally, presuming you have separate financials? Maybe I am misunderstanding you, but both people make messes. Why would all of financial responsibility for that be on you? Third comment. NTA. Your brother doesn't understand or appreciate women. Your arrangement with your partner works because you both strive to make each other happy and support each other. This is not about making his girlfriend happy, but himself. I'm sure you know, but he's a red flag. NTA for educating him. And her. BTW because she's a 1950s icon and often idealized with this "I love Lucy too," but she was a boss-ass bitch for her time, not just a housewife. She also divorced men who treated her badly. She stood up for herself and what she believed was right. Fucking inspirational. Thanks for bringing a bit of her back. Story 3. AITAH for breaking up with my girlfriend after she became a stripper without telling me. I am 21 and my girlfriend, now ex, and I had been together for about 2.5 years. We were serious, talking about moving in together, and I genuinely thought we were on the same page about our future. I knew she was struggling with money since she's a full-time student with a part-time job that barely covered her expenses. I offered to help out, but she always refused, saying she wanted to be independent. A few months ago, she casually mentioned the idea of becoming a stripper to make ends meet. I was taken aback and told her flat out that if she ever went down that road, I couldn't stay with her. It wasn't about being judgmental, I just knew I wouldn't be comfortable with it. We talked it out and she seemed to understand where I was coming from. She even said she wouldn't actually do it. Fast forward to a few weeks ago, she started acting distant, always busy and distracted when we were together. I didn't think much of it until one of my friends texted me, saying he saw her working at a strip club. I was shocked and felt completely blindsided. When I confronted her, she admitted it was true. She said she needed the money and that stripping was just a job to her, nothing more. She also claimed she didn't tell me because she knew how I would react. I reminded her of our earlier conversation where I clearly said this would be a deal breaker for me. She got upset, saying I was being controlling and unsupportive, and that it was her body and her choice. While I agree that she has the right to make her own decisions, I couldn't get past the fact that she kept something so significant from me, especially after we'd already discussed it. I felt like she didn't respect my feelings or the boundaries we'd agreed on. So I broke up with her on the spot. AITAH for breaking up with her after she became a stripper, especially after I'd already made my stance clear. First comment. I got downvoted the other day for saying that not everyone is comfortable with their partner's nudity not being exclusive to them, and their bodies being on display for others' sexual pleasure, but I stand by it. If you're not comfortable with it, you don't have to stay. NTA. Second comment. NTA. You were clear. She is 100% in her rights to do that work, but you are also within your rights to say you won't date someone who does that work. Dating is to find out if you are compatible. You two are not compatible. Third comment. NTA, you told her your boundaries and what would happen if she went ahead and became a stripper. She chose to either not believe you would leave or didn't really care. She chose stripping over her relationship with you.